What's up? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. Thank you. My message is this: don't support and don't buy the Gotham Knights game, because it is deciding to promote these agendas that are quite clearly and openly, as you will see here now, being pushed in these characters. If you don't support and if you don't buy this game, they are going to get the message and they are not going to do this again, and they are going to have to change. This is what is very important and what people are starting to realise now, that if you do not give bad projects, bad fate projects by the way, and bad agenda driven projects money, then they have nowhere to go but back to fan service. That is what they have to do. Now what they've decided to do, and as quite clearly has been evidenced by these posts here, is they've decided to radically alter Tim Drake and make Tim Drake gay in this game. That's a character that since his creation hasn't been gay, and over the last number of years they've decided, yeah, Tim Drake is gay now, because these weirdos have been put in charge and they've been put in control. How David Zaslav let this get out the door is beyond me. I suppose there's an awful lot of work and money gone into it, but when you see the likes of Gail Simone supporting this project, and I said that early doors when this project was announced, I was like, this is going to be big problems in the future for some of these characters. So what you have here is Ashley Cooper, and narrative lead at Saber Interactive, previous 40k Space Marine 2, Gotham Knights, of course that flag there in particular, retro gaming, game and history nerd views are their own. Now what you have here is a comment, and it says, it was an absolute privilege to get to write the Belfry conversations in Gotham Knights where Tim comes out and discusses dating Bernard. What a world we live in. Fans have been looking for all of them, so I thought I'd make things easy and record them all. There were simple rules we followed when writing these. Where's the mandate from Warner Bros. To not change any of your characters? Like, what's the story with that? If I was running the company, I'd be like, listen, you're depicting the characters as they're originally intended, or you're not doing the job. That's it. There was never any questions about Tim being accepted. They had to feel real. They had to reinforce the found family aspect of the Bat Fam. It didn't need to be a big deal. It was allowed to be casual. The conversation between Tim and Babs about regret comes from a very personal place. So this person is using their own life as context for what Tim Drake is talking about. If you want, and this is the thing that I'll always say, if you want to talk about your own life and you want to put your stuff into your own material, go and do that. But that material keeps flopping for you people. So what you people keep doing is you keep taking material that people like me have fallen in love with over the years and feel like it is ours. And indeed it is something that has represented various different people over the years. And you've decided to absolutely corrupt some of these characters into something for your own personal gain and own personal needs. It's absolutely shocking. Create a new Robin if you want a new gay Robin and see how that Robin does. But you know that that's not going to fly well, and you know that that Robin's not going to be popular. So what do? You take a long established one, a beloved one, and you decide to do this to them because of your own personal beliefs. It's unbelievable. And the fact that this has been allowed to happen by the company that are in charge of this baffles me to no end. My grandfather, who I admired and looked up to my whole life, passed years before I came out. So what? Like, what does that mean? Who cares? I'm sure he didn't care. Nobody cares. Once you're a legal consenting adult, nobody cares. But when you decide to change a character, a long-standing one, and people get upset about that, rightfully so, because they've invested an awful lot of time and understand that character since the beginnings, and you decide to come along and just decide to change it and deface that character, that's when you have a problem. He never knew me in my entirety. That's something that still hurts. What an absolute ridiculous statement to make. He doesn't care, I'm sure. This is unreal. And this is the type of people that they have writing these projects. People with fractured minds. People with emotional personalities because they weren't hugged enough and weren't loved enough when they were growing up. It's unbelievable stuff. These conversations are dear to me. There was a time between me coming out to myself and coming out to my friends where I had no one to talk to. Nobody cares. At the time, I was playing Mass Effect, and so Shepard and the crew became my solace. It's my hope that Gotham Knights can be that for someone someday, that in the moment they need it, they can turn to their favourite characters and know without question that they are loved and accepted. This is propaganda is what this is, and what you're seeing is a very much so overabundance of certain characters in these games, comic books, TV series and movies that don't appeal to that audience at all. I would say that the audience of people that are buying into these things are fairly minimal, and even at that, the people that are buying into them absolutely vehemently dislike when you change a character. I've spoken to many people out there that are gay, and they've said the exact same thing. They're like, I like Batman for the character that he is, but the fact that you're trying to change him into something he's not, I don't agree with. And I was like, well, that's very interesting. And the same with Tim Drake here. You'll find people that are vehemently against this are the very ones that you're trying to project this character upon, and they don't want that. You get a new character, for example, like Ghostmaker, which a lot of people have bought into and a lot of people like, and he is a character that does very specific things, we'll just say, and people like the character because it's a new creation, it's an all new character, and people buy into it. However, when you decide to do this to a character like Tim Drake, when you have the likes of Batwoman there in waiting, that is a character that follows your narrative and your agenda, you decide to say, nah, because the show wasn't popular, I'm going to use Tim Drake instead, and I'm deciding to poke the finger in the eyes of people that were Tim Drake fans long before I was ever even in this studio and talking about characters that I can change to my own personal liking and suiting. It's absolutely shocking. Warner Bros. Are going to have to get ahead of this, and I'm sure that Discovery is going to get ahead of this, and it's going to start putting the hammer down with some of these creative teams and telling them we're not having this at all. You're seeing it happening in different industries now, and it's good to see. And I have to say, long may it stand. But don't support this game, don't buy this game. That's the ultimate message. Let it fail. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below as part of the channel.